Okay guys, sorry I'm out of breath. I've been hunting about a half hour ago, I guess, half hour, maybe 45 minutes ago. I'm in the basement trying to finish up my shells, and I hear some random dogs barking that I've never heard before, and then I heard my rabbits squealing. So I come running outside, and there's two dogs I've never seen before, two solid black dogs with collars on, with tags on, hunting collars, attacking the rabbits. They got a hold of two. They got a hold of this little girl. She seems to be doing okay. And they got a hold of Milkmaid. She got the worst of it. As you can see, they took a chunk out of her foot, and looks like they gnawed on her other foot a little bit. Za was in her nest. I got to him pretty quick, but it was, well, there's gonna be two less dogs in the neighborhood, put it that way. But the really weird part about it is, even though they would have been safer up in the cage where the dogs couldn't literally get to them as easily, they instinctively went into the nest and stayed there. All of them did. All of them got down into the nest, except for her, because she literally couldn't fit down there because this one was jumping all over the place. But what happened, even though it's got the 1/2 inch by inch wire, the dogs, basically it looks like they just nabbed a hold of their fur, because you can see when they're up against the cage, their fur kind of sticks out a little bit. And it looks like, because the dog couldn't get his mouth or teeth or anything inside this wire, it's too small. But when I come running out here, I could see them nipping with the front of their teeth, and it looks like they just grabbed a hold of some fur and took a piece of hide off the bottom of her leg. This one got nipped on a little bit. You can see a little bit of here where they were just going at their feet. From what I can tell, it's just basically surface wounds, flesh wounds, so to speak. I haven't seen them hop around. I haven't seen if, their legs broke or anything like that, which I don't think that's even possible. Maybe there could be some tendon or ligament damage on Milkmaid if for some reason her leg was able to fit through these tiny holes. I don't think so. But I'm not going to go in there and pet them and try to get them to move around, because they've obviously been seriously shocked. And I need to let them calm down a little bit, because they can literally die by being scared to death. So I'm letting them calm down, and before I kind of try to do any kind of medical stuff to them. There really isn't a lot you can do for a flesh wound like this, other than just try your best to keep it clean. And I'll put some Neosporin and some antibiotics on there, and I would try to wrap it up, but they'll just chew it off. But I'll try to keep it as clean as I can. As you can see, I'm going to go ahead. I've already dropped the cinder blocks. I'm going to go ahead and drop this cage down to ground level like this one is. And I'm going to go ahead and run some fencing around this today to prevent that from happening again. I got to blame it on being lazy that this happened. This is all my fault. I could have and should have had the lean-to up by now. I'm just waiting on lumber prices to go down a little bit, because instead of it costing me $3 grand, I'd rather it only cost me a few $100s. But it is what it is. Lesson learned. So I'm gonna get some fencing up around these guys today. And as you can see, if there's any more issues, I'm gonna get to try out my my zombie killer. So it is what it is. It sucks. All the babies are fine. They were soaking wet when I got out here. Apparently they got scared, and one of them hit the water bowl, and it just flipped all over all of them. So right now they're trying to dry off. They're all good and well. They just went after these nest boxes, and I mean, it's good and bad. I mean, it's bad because it's lower to the ground than the cage, where they were easier to reach it, and they can literally corner the rabbits in the nest box. But it's also a lesson learned from what I was thinking before when I put that overhead cover. They feel safer in the nest box. I mean, right now they were attacked in that nest box, and they are both glued to the nest box. That's where they feel safe. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and get this thing off these T-rails. I'm going to sit it down on the cinder blocks where it's good and stable. And then I'm going to fence this entire thing in. I do kind of want the nest box a little bit closer to the ground. I kind of feel like it'll be harder for things to get underneath it, put it that way. But I'm going to fence it all in, and I just wanted to bring you guys along for this. You know, Za obviously took, not Za, but Milkmaid took a couple of injuries here. I'm not sure about that, what's on her side. It doesn't look like blood. It may just be urine or something, I don't know, or from where the dogs were licking or trying to bite. But what I am worried about is her leg. She hasn't moved since she was attacked about a half an hour ago or so. But I'm gonna let her sit there and calm down, and I will assess the situation a little bit later. Za's just chilling in the nest, and I will add more to this video before I upload it, so you won't have to wait for a part 2. You'll get this part, and you'll get the one that I'll film in an hour or so to bring everybody up to speed. But wish me luck with Milkmaid here. She's the sweetest rabbit I got, so hopefully she's okay. We'll see. Hey guys, welcome back. I think we're gonna be okay. There are my 2 victims on the bottom, still in their nest boxes. I gave them about an hour to calm down and let the heart rate go back to normal before I even thought about reaching in and petting them. I reached in, I pet both of them. Milkmaid, the one on the left, she was really skittish when I first reached my hand in there to her. And then she smelt my hand a little bit, and she calmed down, and I gave her some lettuce, and she went to town chowing on it. She was licking her wound, trying to clean it up. She did move around and change positions in the nest box, so she is mobile. Her leg is obviously going to be tender. I mean, there's a good 1 inch just raw spot where the hide was just ripped off. So I'm going to probably head up to Tractor Supply and get me some cut heel and some antibiotics and put on there and get her squared away. But I'm pretty sure they're both going to be all right. They calmed down really well. Like I said, they let me pet them, and she's eating, so you know that's a good sign. The rest of them did real good. Za, which is right there beside them, you can see her nest box is completely full of straw. You can't even see her. She's in there now. She's already dug her tunnel out and built her nest. She's due in the next 72 hours. Yeah, the dogs went right by her. They never paid her any attention because she was tucked down in that nest box. So that was good. She was a little shaken because, like I said, right beside her, Milkmaid was getting attacked, and she got the worst of it. But I could tell Zal was a little bit freaked out, so I gave her some lettuce too, and I petted her. She's calmed down now, because I was kind of worried that might put her into like premature labor or something, but hopefully she'll hang on for at least another 2 days, because I want her to go the full 31 days again, so the babies are like huge and fat and happy. As for the rest of them, they're okay. As you can see, I've got some blocks down. I'm cleaning out up underneath it. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to put another layer of blocks and just lower the cages down a few inches, or if I'm going to go all the way down and try to put the nest boxes almost on the ground. But then I would have an issue keeping underneath clean. So I think I'm just going to get either another layer of cinder blocks, or I'm going to sit these up on their edge long ways, and that way I'll have a good 16-inch height, which will be just a little bit shorter than it is right now, but it'll take this bow out that I've got, as you can see from where it's sitting on the T-post. Then I can take the T-posts that are here and utilize them in putting the fence up around the rabbits before the day's end. And then I'm going to go continue hunting. You guys wish me luck. As you can see, Milkmaid's actively cleaning her wounds, so I'm holding out hope she's gonna be okay. I know she's sore. She's got some missing flesh and a lot of missing fur, but she seems to be doing okay. Can't say the same for the dogs. They're on borrowed time.